stand is empty. Lee Dixon, I'm going to bring you in before kick-off because it's interesting to look down at Tottenham and how they're lining up.
Yeah, slightly different than the warm-up, and Jose was playing mind games. It looks like the set-up with a three with Roden on the right, Dyer in the middle and Davies left centre-back, Doherty playing as a wing-back on the left and Aurier on the right. That's certainly how they're set up right now, so that was mind games from the great coach.
And it means that Doherty has a big brief on that left-hand side, replacing Sergio Reguilon, who is injured. Our referee tonight is Martin Atkinson. The last game he was in charge of Liverpool was a 7-2 defeat at Aston Villa. An empty stadium, but the eyes of the world are on the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tonight. And the Spurs fans are blaring out of the PA system, which, if you suspend reality, you can imagine this place full with 60,000 fans. The players take a knee in their ongoing fight against racism in all its forms. And we're underway here, 43 days since Roberto Firmino's last-minute winner at Anfield. That sent the champions above Tottenham and into first place, but they're chasing their first goal of 2021 here, and they're into the attack straight away. Mane into the penalty area, James Milner, who gets the start in place of Fabinho, because it means that Jordan Henderson starts his third consecutive game at centre-back. Martic with the interception, the flicking field by Sadio Mane, and a first touch here for Hugo Lloris. Liverpool were top on Christmas Day, top on New Year's Day. 2021 hasn't been kind at all to Jurgen Klopp's side. Their title defence could be in tatters if they lose tonight. They're already 7 points behind Manchester City, winless in 5 games, knocked out of the FA Cup by rivals Manchester United, and they haven't scored that league goal so far this season. We're on fire, says Jurgen Klopp, to strike back. Spurs, they haven't been top since that late heartbreak on Merseyside. They're aiming for consecutive league wins for the first time since November, after that victory at Sheffield United. Lee Dixon, you've had a look at the teams and how they're lining up. What do you make of it so far? Yeah,
Tottenham are lining up exactly like they did against Sheffield United. The only difference is that Reguilon's out and Doherty's playing on that left wing-back position. As you said before, he's got his work cut out trying to track the runs of Alexander-Arnold, but likewise he can push Arnold back. That's the idea of playing a wing-back against a full-back.
Eric Dyer is the central figure in that back three. Ben Davies his left-hand side, Joe Roden, both Welshmen, to his right-hand side, and here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. More direct approach here. Mane back for Salah. Mane's in. Mane! So close. It was wonderful interplay between Mane and Salah, but he's only scored 2 in his last 14 Premier League games and is lacking confidence in front of goal.
Well, great diagonal, and this is Liverpool in a nutshell. Great interplay and then a missed chance. He's got to score there. He's 7 yards out, no confidence, just tries to put it in the near post of Lloris's goal and almost shanks it wide, and that's a big opportunity. It all came from a long ball, but it was a good run out from Mane, and he gets the wrong side of his defender, and it's really a big miss.
Well, he scored Liverpool's last league goal. It was the 12th minute against West Brom on December the 27th. It's a drought lasting 438 minutes coming into the game. At the other end, Heung-min Son, and scores for Tottenham Hotspur. What a start we've had to this game. And Liverpool are immediately punished for the missed Sadio Mane chance. Son scores in similar circumstances to when he opened the scoring at Anfield in December. Inside the first 3 minutes, Tottenham 1, Liverpool 0, and Jurgen Klopp can barely believe it.
Wow. Well, if there's a difference between two strikers here, it is again. High line from Liverpool, and he's just... Okay, look at his back leg, it will be looked at, reviewed on that position, but he's certainly onside from the through ball from Kane dropping deep, and Henderson can't get over. And it's a brilliant finish from Son, near post again, and they're having a look at it on VAR. And it looks like he's going to... Well, looks to me like his foot's just slightly off.
Oh,
You look at
it's agonising, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's the line is being drawn to the shirt
offside.
sleeve of Trent Alexander-Arnold.
This is going to be ruled out.
Well, if it stands, it'll be the 14th time that those two have combined for a Premier League goal this season.
It isn't going to stand, Arlo.
It's offside.
Back they come.
The decision is made, and disappointment for Tottenham Hotspur. Liverpool kicked off as normal there, assuming that the goal would stand. And relief for Jurgen Klopp. What a start we've had to the game. Still 0-0, 4 minutes gone. Chances at both ends.
Well, a great thing from the neutral point of view is two high lines.
Son's off again. Almost in. It was another nice ball played over the top, and he looks very lively tonight, Heung-min Son. Here come Liverpool. I think both sides realise the enormity of this game. Both need 3 points if they're to consider themselves as part of the title race. We're only just over halfway, but Manchester City are surging. Here's Son again. Here's Doherty. Jurgen Klopp, Lee, said before the game, or it might even have been after the Burnley game, that his team are lacking confidence, and that's leading to poor decision-making in key moments. And Sadio Mane, with that opportunity, didn't look like that he felt that he could score in that situation.
I mean, before, you know, last season, and when he was in absolute sparkling form, you'd look at that, and as he's going through, you'd almost get your celebration ready, wouldn't you? What are you going to say when it hits the back of the net? And I didn't have any confidence in him, I have to say. And on the other side of that, as soon as Son went through, you thought that's the back of the net. And as I said, from a neutral's point of view, watching this game, should be licking their lips, because two high defences and through balls going through left, right and centre, we're in for an absolute belter.
Yep, Tottenham have settled nicely after conceding that early chance. Offside, though. Free kick to Liverpool, and that's how close it was. It was on the initial pass. Tidily finished inside Alisson's near post. Wijnaldum. And here's Firmino. Head up, and he can approach the Tottenham goal here. Is it a foul? No, says Martin Atkinson. Firmino without a goal in 5 Premier League games. Same as Salah. Let's take a look. It's Ndombele with the challenge.
No, I think the ref got that right.
Thiago. Here's Robertson. Henderson is playing left centre-back with Martip, who's been struggling through injury recently. Came back and started against Burnley. Long-term absencees, of course, of Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez. Son again. Was he thinking about a shot?
Oh, he was, you know.
Had Kane in a really good position, just chomping at the bit to beat that high Liverpool line.
It looked like he was going to lift the ball over the top, but he hit it so hard. And I looked at where Alisson was, and he was just outside his box, so that would suggest he was trying to lift that over the goalkeeper. He had a little smile on his face as well, which probably told the story.
Well, 4th place is available for both sides tonight. There's a point between these two teams. Liverpool in 5th, Tottenham 6th. Spurs have a game in hand over the champions, and it has been such a topsy-turvy, entertaining season in the Premier League, despite sadly without the crowds for a vast majority of the games. Tottenham enjoying some nice possession here. They went from 1st place on December the 15th to 7th on the 28th. They've only won 2 of their last 7 in a busy season for them. This is game number 33 already. But they're still alive on 4 fronts. The Premier League, they're in the League Cup final in April against Manchester City, the FA Cup 5th round and the Europa League knockout stages. Remember, Jose Mourinho has won a trophy in his first full season at his last 5 clubs. Milner finds Alexander-Arnold. To the feet of Salah. Here's Wijnaldum. Nice one-touch football here from Liverpool. It was the attempted lift over the defence towards Wijnaldum by Milner, and it almost paid off. But here come Tottenham on the counter-attack. Nicely defended by a combination of Henderson and Alexander-Arnold.
Oh, it's a cracking game already, isn't it? There's all sorts going on in midfield. There's positional changes. Firmino's had an awful lot of the ball in this position, nice and deep, and hasn't done an awful lot with it so far, so he'll want to sharpen his game up a little bit.
Lloris. Looking for Aurier. Mane. Chip towards the back post. Thiago is there, heads it back across. And Firmino went to ground at the edge of the 6-yard box. Dyer was the defender. Martin Atkinson not interested.
What a chance that was. Header from Thiago to that far post. Firmino went down. And I think Rodon's got a little bit of a knock on his face.
Mane again. Can he make amends for that earlier miss? It's a good block by Dyer. And Aurier thumps it clear. But Liverpool do look good in the build-up in and around the penalty area. Looks like Rodon's got a problem here.
Yeah, he immediately put his hand to his face as if he got a whack on the nose. It wasn't, he was underneath the chin. And Firmino, if he worries less about the... He gets to the right side and there's a definite little shirt tug on the top of his... I mean, that goes on all the time, Arlo. Don't be fooled by one little pull of the shirt. If a penalty was given for that, it'd be 10 a game. He lets go pretty quickly. So I think he was, if he'd have held on any longer, I think that's what Firmino felt and went down trying to draw attention to it to the referee.
Rodon appears to be okay to continue. Firmino was on the bench to start with against Burnley after starting the opening 18 Premier League games. Hasn't scored in his last 5, so too Salah, and Mane with 2 in 14. It's remarkable that such a free-flowing front three have suddenly dried up in terms of goals. Will that change tonight? Martin with a commanding header. Jurgen Klopp bellowing at the referee from the technical area.
Oh, he's bellowing at everybody. It's not just the referee. Anyone who comes within 20 yards of him gets an earful.
Lovely flick on by Son. Here's Doherty. Tries the angle ball into the penalty area. It wasn't a bad idea. We had Bergwijn sprinting into the box. The better ball was perhaps Son down the left-hand side.
Well, the great thing about this game so far is you've got runners beyond the ball. There's things going on in midfield, little good passes, little bits of space being taken up by players, and then these runners. And once you've got runners ahead of the ball, things start to happen.
Firmino finds Salah. Thiago. He has Alexander-Arnold wide. Thiago again. Wijnaldum is square. Alexander-Arnold. Only 3 assists in his last 28 Premier League appearances for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who had the most assists for all defenders last season. Liverpool commit the foul on Harry Kane. Free kick to Tottenham. Really good play from Højbjerg. He just fronts Thiago up and says, you're not going anywhere. Doesn't buy the drop of the shoulder and just stands in front of him, wins the ball back. And in the end, Thiago, frustration, brings Kane down. And he's still down. He's got 3 in his last 3, Harry Kane, in the Premier League. There's Jose Mourinho. And Kane looks to be in a bit of pain here. Well, his ankles. Let's just go over on it there. Just see, he just overstretches a little bit, and anything ankle related, you're always worried for Harry Kane. He's not the type to be on the ground when not necessary, and these are worrying moments for Jose Mourinho. Kane is 1 goal behind Bobby Smith to be joint second all-time. In terms of Tottenham Hotspur goal scorers, the great Jimmy Greaves is out in front with 266. And the goal tonight would have been his, or will be his 20th of the season. He's aiming to do that for 7 consecutive seasons. But these are concerning moments. Well, that's promising. Free kick was aimed towards Doherty, only found Alexander-Arnold. Here's Alisson. So not as if defensively Liverpool have been struggling in this run, Lee, but they might be struggling here. In the end, though, Hojbjerg with the foul on Thiago, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
He's right on it, Hojbjerg. Every time Thiago gets the ball, he's within a couple of yards of him and sticks his foot in there. He's putting the number 6 under a bit of pressure.
Here's Salah. Wijnaldum spreads the play out to Robertson. He was closed down by Aurier. Martin, nicely done. And here's Firmino, closed down by Son. Firmino again. Thiago. Lofts the ball into the area for Salah. Back down for James Milner. Alexander-Arnold overhits the cross. His opposite number retrieves it, Andy Robertson. Nicely done to find Thiago. Here's Milner. This is quality build-up play by Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold, can he get on the end of that? He can, and the pullback is very good. Half cleared. Here's Wijnaldum. Liverpool stroking the ball around confidently. Mane. Firmino. Mane again. Desperately trying to work room for a shot, and he left the pass short of Alexander-Arnold, but it's given away by Tottenham, and Jose Mourinho's gone wandering down the touchline, a good 15 yards outside of his technical area. Now he's back where he should be.
Thought he was going to tackle Doherty then for giving the ball away.
I think defensively, Lee, since Christmas, they are winless in 5 games, Liverpool. 3 draws, 2 defeats, but they've only conceded 3 goals. The big problem is they've only scored 1.
Yeah, I definitely think that the changing of the dynamic of the team with moving midfield players back to centre-backs, etc., has just changed the way the 2 full-backs are playing, which is the feed for the 3 strikers up front. And it just sets everybody back a step or 2, and I think that's the reason. Plus the lack of form as well from the 3. Lack of confidence. We saw that with Mane's chance in the first couple of minutes. Didn't look like he was going to score, didn't look like he fancied scoring himself. But that will change. You don't become bad players overnight or a bad team. It's just a dip that Liverpool are going through. But I like the fact that Klopp said the other day, is this the turning point? He said, what's the turning point? You just get on and do your work each day in training.
Nicely done by Mane to find Firmino, but I think Salah will be in an offside position. He knew it. By the way, Tottenham fans can breathe again. Harry Kane appears to be okay.
Just turn the tide a little bit, Liverpool now. Getting more possession. Tottenham had that really good start, but they've just been sat back a little bit. They won't mind that, Tottenham, though, because obviously they thrive on breaking football, but this Liverpool side are now starting to get the full-backs in play, get the ball a little bit wider. Thiago's having an effect with the passing of the game.
Here's Kane. Found Aurier brilliantly. He evades the challenge of Firmino, but not the second one. Firmino, though, stabs the ball straight to Bergwijn. And Ndombele, who scored a spectacular 3rd at Sheffield United. for Doherty. Nods it down nicely for Kane. Matip's header. Tied it up by Milner. Here's Sadio Mane being chased by Hotspur. Two more former Southampton men tussling on that far side, and it's Hotspur who comes away with the ball, and Mane's on the ground peering towards Martin Atkinson. No foul, says the referee.
I can almost hear Jurgen Klopp shouting about the pressure on the ball. He's not happy with how tight Liverpool are getting when the ball is in midfield. They're not getting tight enough to put any real pressure on the passer of the ball, and that's what he's going on about to his players right in front of him.
Ndombele has Thiago at his back here, shields the ball well. It's a long ball looking for Son, and Alisson is having to retreat to his goal. Son into the area, Martin with some excellent defending. It looked like Son had a step on him there, but a good recovery by the big centre-back.
Yeah, it was good recovery because he got himself out of position. When you're playing against a player who's faster than you, you've got to give yourself a little bit of time, a little bit of space, and be thinking a little bit quicker than he is. Just in case he gets level with you, then he gets the run on you, which is exactly what happened there with Son, but he got back, to be fair.
He played the full 90 against Burnley, Joel Matip, after that adductor injury. Didn't play against Manchester United in the FA Cup last weekend. Missed 3 games in the Premier League after being injured against West Brom. Robertson finds Alexander-Arnold. Mane coming into the back post. Showing for the ball here is Salah. Might break here for Alexander-Arnold. Tries to work it out to Milner. Beautiful control by Salah.
Well, I was spinning as well, that ball. Absolutely brilliant.
Thiago's got some room to manoeuvre here. Gets it back from Firmino. Here's Milner. Firmino, room to shoot. Takes that shot, but straight at Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, good play. Thiago in control of the ball there. Just gets enough space for Firmino to get the shot away, but
that's kindly off Kane, didn't it? And here's Son, similar position. Son saved by Alisson. Well, he tried to go across Alisson this time instead of going to the near post.
Well, Klopp is absolutely furious. How one ball can put Son straight in, and I think that anger is directed at Matip, too far away from him again. It's 2 or 3 occasions now that Son has had free rein and a free run.
Mane may have been in an offside position, trying to get on the end of that ball by Thiago. We'll never know. Tottenham are such a threat on the counter-attack, Lee, aren't they? Electrifying at times.
Well, again, they're getting out and getting the ball into midfield with time again. There's space again for a Tottenham player in midfield.
Ndombele holds off Thiago. The nearest to that was Son. He may have been aiming for Bergwijn. Calmly done by Alisson. It's a really good, intense game of football here between two excellent sides. Here's Salah. Thiago, there's room out on the left-hand side. Robertson. Firmino, edge of the area. Robertson again. Here's Milner. Alexander-Arnold. Milner shows down the right-hand side. Firmino's gone to the back post. Henderson. Still. Mane. Salah chips it back towards Mane. Excellent save by Lloris. The flag had stayed down. What a chance again. He was stretching this time, though. Did well to get something on it. And Lloris was excellent.
Great bit of passing. Henderson taking up control of the ball. And then this little pass here from Salah. Absolutely worldy. And a brilliant save as well, because that's hard. It's low down. Lloris is waiting. And it's a really good save in the end with his left hand. This game's getting better and better.
It's just excellent to watch. You can't take your eyes off it. Milner again, in behind Hojbjerg this time, edge of the area, left-footed, attempted pass through towards Firmino. Thiago, that's a little bit late and a little bit reckless. And he goes in the book.
Yeah, you could see that coming, couldn't you? Hojbjerg was always going to get there first.
Well, Liverpool have failed to win any of his 4 Premier League starts so far. He got a knee injury at Everton in October. He missed 10 Premier League games. Kane's header. Wijnaldum. Tidily done as ever. And here's Salah, the ball from Alexander-Arnold. They're slightly off balance defensively here, Tottenham, and that was a little loose from Doherty. Falls here to Alexander-Arnold. Now Wijnaldum. Milner making a run to the back post. They're not displaying a lack of confidence so far, Liverpool. Wijnaldum. Thiago. Mourinho out of his technical area again, bellowing at his side. Firmino gets there just ahead of Roden. Wijnaldum. Mane turns. Thiago. Salah on his left foot. Showed a little bit too much of that to Doherty. Well, that's a terrific turn by Kane, and he's fouled. Well, he's excellent facing goal, but equally adept with his back to goal, even in defensive positions like that.
Yeah, he almost rolled Matip. But he's very good. He is an all-round centre-forward, there's no doubt about that, and he's pretty good midfield player now. He's dropping into that deeper role at times, got an eye for a pass, and his weight of pass is normally absolutely spot on. Son, the amount of through balls he's put to Son, who doesn't even have to change his stride, he just runs onto the ball. There's an art to that as well.
This is a nice build-up by Tottenham, very crisp passing. Bergwijn goes wide to Aurier, first time to Harry Kane, on his right foot Harry Kane, but Matip is across.
He's got terrible touch in the box though, hasn't he, Harry Kane? Just saying how good he was, and then a decent touch there, he gets his shot away.
I'm not sure he's going to make it in the game, Lee. Here's Davis, now Hojbjerg. Roden, who is preferred today to the likes of Davinson Sanchez and Toby Alderweireld, who are on the bench.
Klopp is just going... The message is coming on to his midfield, just because they both want to drop off. Wijnaldum's dropped off and so's Thiago.
Bit of space here for Son, who almost ran into trouble there, but the ball breaks here for Doherty, who was in acres of space when Son collected the ball. And Ndombele.
Just look at the midfield of Liverpool. Milner, Thiago, Wijnaldum right in front of the back four, no pressure on the ball. And that's what Klopp's having a go at his players for. He wants them to come out a little bit just to put the pressure on the passer. Because they've got good movement up front, Tottenham, so if you give time on the ball to the man passing it, ultimately at some point they'll find the target.
Dyer between the lines to Kane. Ball first touch this time by Harry Kane, but it falls nicely for Bergwijn. Tottenham still in possession here. Already had a goal chalked off for a marginal offside decision via VAR. Doherty, decent looking cross to the back post. Matip with the Henderson, with the header. Nice footwork by Bergwijn to Doherty. That's off Alexander-Arnold, and it's a corner kick to Tottenham.
Good pressure from Tottenham. Good passing move, great touch from Bergwijn. Have we had a corner yet?
I don't believe we have. Kane is on that penalty spot. Looks like Wijnaldum's got to get the initial contact on him.
Yeah, the big guys are waiting for him to come in. There'll be a block. Mane's blocking as well.
Son to take it, clears it in, and it's Alisson all the way. And now there's a possibility on the counter-attack for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold, well, that'll be a yellow card. He could have been away down the left-hand side, and Bergwijn has taken one for the team there. Massively cynical, but necessary for his team.
Yeah, good turn of pace, slow down and then sped up. Absolutely timed to perfection just to bring the tackle in.
Got his first Premier League goal involvement of the season at Sheffield United in that 3-1 win, and it was his assist for that spectacular Tanguy Ndombele goal. Alexander-Arnold. Firmino seems a little sharper in his work tonight, Roberto Firmino. Hungry for the ball. Martin into Thiago. Here's Firmino again. Salah. Running here at Ben Davis. Still Salah. He's got a man on the back post. Robertson has to go back slightly to retrieve it. He's got Thiago in support. Wijnaldum. All 11 Tottenham players behind the ball. Robertson. Joao Sacramento, Jose Mourinho's number 2, is now on the edge of the technical area, and he looks a little frustrated, shaking his head. But his side are in the attack, and if that was a better ball towards Son, they could have been in business. And Mourinho comes sprinting off his bench to the touchline. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Firmino. Thiago. Here's Robertson.
If Mourinho gets any deeper, he'd be playing the Liverpool players onside in a bit. He's not been in his technical area yet.
He hasn't. Thiago. Sadio Mane. It's a much lower block now from Tottenham. Liverpool have got to pick their way through. There's the ball towards Mane again. He just about gets there. It's an excellent challenge. Would he have been offside had he got there? I'm not entirely sure. Good play, though, once again from Liverpool.
Great little run from Mane. He just pulls Rodon towards the ball and then feeds off his shoulder. Gets in, and it's good cover from Dyer, actually, as he comes over the second centre-half. Good movement.
But Dyer has stayed down.
Yeah, I think he was... As Mane stretched for the ball, I think he just caught it, and Harry Kane's gone down again as well. There's 2 of them. This is the little run, and Dyer's there with the cover, and he just cops one. The stretching Mane. Just probably looks like his left ankle.
It looked like it may have got trapped underneath Mane's body, but this is a concern again. I wonder if this is a different issue for Harry Kane to the one he had earlier. He's grabbing his shin a little bit more on this one. It appeared to be his ankle on the the last time he went down.
I'm just looking at the physio over there now, and he's messing about with his ankle.
Well, Dyer's up, so there's a bit of good news for Tottenham.
No disrespect to Dyer, I think Mourinho would wish Harry Kane was up and Dyer was down if he had a choice.
Oh, he looks in pain, doesn't he, again? Yeah. Well, Carlos Vinicius is on the bench.
Was it his left ankle before, earlier? Yeah, get my left and my rights mixed up now and again. I did that when I was playing as well. It's never good when you're a right back.
So again, concern on the Tottenham bench over the fitness of Harry Kane. And this time there's a more pronounced limp as he makes his way off the field towards the far side. Mourinho sent out 3 substitutes to warm up. 35 minutes has gone by in a flash here in North London.
It's normally a good sign if they're asking the physio for a drink, because that means he's probably going to stay on. It's when you're not bothered about drinking if you know you're coming off.
Lucas Moura is another possibility, of course, off the bench for Tottenham. We're back underway. Looks like Kane is getting ready to come back into the game on that far side. Just waiting for the signal. Martin Atkinson waves him back on. Nice play by Ndombele. Kane sends it forward, but then hops, and actually Alisson does very well. I think that was inside the penalty area when he grabbed that, but it was an awkward moment, almost taken away by Son. But just as Kane made that pass, he kind of hopped on his right leg.
Well, it was his left, it's his standing leg as he planted it and played that pass. All of his weight's going through that joint, and he's now on the halfway line, skipping, hopping, trying to just run it off, but it doesn't look great, I have to say.
Firmino for Liverpool. Mane makes the run. Sadio Mane, wonderful defending. Absolutely brilliant tackle by Joe Rodon. He looks frustrated.
Yeah, just watch this. He can't go in too early. He's got to wait till Mane has a touch so he gets a view of the ball. If you go in early there, you give a penalty away. And that's brave, because you have to wait.
Well, he found out on the morning of the game before he made his Premier League debut at Chelsea, Lee, and he was excellent that night. Signed from Swansea before the window closed in the summer. Long ball forward by Dyer, looking for Bergwijn. He looks a strong boy, doesn't he, Joe Rodon?
He reads the game well, that in particular, because if he goes, as I said, he goes early for the tackle, he gives a penalty away, because Mane has got the ball close to his feet. As soon as it comes out of his feet, you can see the ball. That's when you make the challenge.
Another summer signing is Doherty from Wolverhampton Wanderers. I was about to say no handball against Harry Kane, but I think the second one was penalised by Martin Atkinson. Plenty of fizz in the shot towards goal.
He's still hobbling about, I have to say.
Mohamed Salah. Hugo Lloris had to be on his toes. Quickly out of his penalty area. Wijnaldum. Milner. Wijnaldum again turns away from Son. More excellent movement from Mane. Rodon wins the header. Milner coming in, and Ndombele did well in the air. Now here's Aurier. And that's a nice ball in field towards Son. Kane has pulled out to the left-hand side in this attack. Here he is. Højbjerg has played every minute in the Premier League this season for Jose Mourinho's side. Look at him organising in the centre of the park there, telling Ben Davies where he wants him.
He better get used to playing, because he isn't going to get much time off. He's pretty much linchpin in that front of that back four for Jose Mourinho.
Mourinho says simplicity is genius. He's a guy who is simple. Called him a phenomenal player. Here he is again. Doherty. And Dombele. Nice build-up play here by Tottenham. Davis. Doherty. Thought for a second there Jorginho turned into trouble, but he managed to just poke it past Sadio Mane, and now they have runners ahead of the ball here, Tottenham. Son just trying to stay on side down the middle, so too Kane. Good period of possession here, and as I say that for Tottenham, Doherty gives the ball away straight to Wijnaldum. Here's Salah. Gets the return from Alexander-Arnold. Coming to the near post is Mane. And Liverpool look threatening again. Oh, lovely turn by Bergwijn.
Stop! He's over there. Do it, Robo. Yes, yes. Yes, it again.
Fabulous game of football. Here's Firmino towards the edge of the area. Mane with him. Mane gets in a bit of a tangle, loses possession. Here come Tottenham again. Son has spun away to the left-hand side, but that's watched nicely by Martin. You can't take your eyes off it, Lee.
He was on as well. Bergwijn knows Son had made the run. The ball was there to be hit. Martin was underneath it. You just need to over-hit it a little bit. You're better off over-hitting it than under-hitting it. But yeah, you're right, Arlo. There's some great stuff going on. Yes, we haven't had any goals, well, legal ones anyway, but we've had a few chances. Just do we one before half-time, I think, just to really liven it up.
Which manager is happier at the moment in the 42nd minute?
I think probably, well, Jose will be pleased with how they've restricted Liverpool. I think Jurgen's calmed down a bit. He wasn't happy with the pressing. I think they'd be both equally happy. I think 0-0's probably about the right scoreline from the chances that have been created.
Milner to Thiago. Into the path of Firmino. The flick straight away to Mane. Mane! Saved by Lloris again. A hat-trick of chances for Sadio Mane. Lloris equal to the last two. And still it won't go in 2021 for Liverpool. Here's Milner. Counter-attack for Tottenham, and they had a man over. If the ball to Son was better, then Kane was an option inside of him.
Yeah, Liverpool have had all the ball, really, in midfield, had control of it, but Tottenham do look very dangerous on the break. Mane, as you said, could have had three. He's making some really good runs from that out-to-in position. And Rodon's got to be right on his game.
Thiago rolls it wide to Robertson. That's cannoned off Aurier. Away for a corner kick to Liverpool.
I can't stop watching Thiago pass the ball. This is the chance. Lovely outside of the foot flick, and he looks like he's going away from goal and can't get any shot on target. Aurier's there. He thinks, I've got the cover, but he gets his shot away so quick. No backlift. Just throws that blue boot at the ball as quick as he can and gets his shot away.
Robertson. And a free kick conceded by Thiago on the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, just going back to Thiago, if anybody, young players out there watching how to pass the ball, he passes it like nobody else I've seen. He caresses the ball. He's got those orange boots on. It's almost like he's got hands on the end of his legs. He caresses it like he's using his hands. It's just soft feet. I don't know how he does it. It's just really beautiful to watch.
Graham and I noted in the reverse fixture between these two sides, in an empty stadium, you can hear the ball being kicked, and it makes a different sound when Thiago kicks it.
I can't explain it. It's really... having played the game, I know how I kicked it, and it's not like he kicks it.
And he's fouled this time, is he? Yep. Doherty with the foul. Free kick to Liverpool. Closing stages of a very entertaining first half.
Well, it just shows you that you can have a good nil-niller. And at the moment, it's a really good game of football. Very tactical at times. The way Tottenham are sitting back and just waiting for the breaks. And now Liverpool are taking control of the ball, but they're finding it quite easy to get chances to Mane. He's had 3 in this half. I think Jurgen will be pleased with that, but obviously disappointed that they haven't hit the net. And obviously they could have been about 2 inches off being 1-0 down after 2 minutes.
Mane to the byline. Clearance by Roden. The Lexus stoppage time is 4 minutes. We had that delay for VAR to disallow the Heung-min Son goal earlier on, and also an injury stoppage for Harry Kane. So a good bit of time here at the end of the first period.
Switch on! Come on, keep it in!
Turned 58 this week, Jose Mourinho. Jurgen Klopp has only lost twice to Jose Mourinho in 12 games. He's only lost 1 of his 13 meetings against Tottenham.
They've had a chance for a while for Tottenham. 2 or 3 breakaways on Martic down this left-hand side early on, but they haven't really tested the back line of Liverpool for a while.
Lovely little swerve of the hips there by Firmino that did for Højbjerg. Here's Milner, drills it across. Mane's header. It's going to be retrieved here by Robertson. If he'd have tried to cross that, it would have gone out of play. Wijnaldum again to Alexander-Arnold, who chips it into the penalty area. Dyer's header clear, and the foul, just a little bit of over-exuberance by Alexander-Arnold. Free kick in their own penalty area to Tottenham. Free header for Robertson. Bending ball looking for Mohamed Salah. Ben Davies had to be alert. Didn't waste any time clearing the ball either.
Jose gone for the untucked shirt look. Can you do that at 58? I guess you can.
I think you do anything if you're Jose Mourinho, can't you? Final minute of the minimum of 4 added on here at the end of the first half by Martin Atkinson. Mane again, in towards Firmino! No flag! Liverpool score! first goal of 2021. Huge relief for Jurgen Klopp. Firmino ends a run of 5 without a goal, and Liverpool end a run of 483 minutes without a goal, and on the stroke of half-time, they lead 1-0.
Well, how he gets in here, Serge Aurier looking outside him. Try looking on the inside, your runner's just made a run behind you. And it's a tap-in, so easy, but the run, it's not even trick, it's not even a go one way and go the other. He's just basically run into the space. Aurier took his eye off the man, and when Mane gets in there, he can see what he's got to do. All I've got to do is get it to the far post, and you won't get an easier tap-in than that. Really poor defending from Tottenham.
The ball was perfect, wasn't it, to bisect Lloris and Dyer on the stroke of half-time. And look at Jurgen Klopp's reaction. Sadio Mane had a hat-trick of chances. Lloris was too good for him on the last two, but then he sets up Roberto Firmino for a massive goal. Son's goal earlier on was disallowed. We're with Rebecca Lowe, Robbie Earle and Tim Howard for the half-time show presented by Volkswagen here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium during half-time, because Jose Mourinho was out in the middle of the pitch, as I think Rebecca mentioned at half-time, talking intently with Eric Lamela and Harry Winks, and those two are on the field. Winks for Aurier, which probably means reverting to a back four with Doherty switching to right back, and Eric Lamela is in for Harry Kane, and we must assume, after spending a couple of minutes down injured two separate times in the first half, Harry Kane, that has been the issue for him. And for Liverpool, Nat Phillips is coming on for Joel Matip. Now, Matip has been missing recently with an adductor injury, so it's the 23-year-old Nat Phillips that comes onto the pitch to partner Jordan Henderson. Now, he doesn't have to deal with Harry Kane in the second half, but he does have to deal with Heung-min Son. So just to confirm all of that then, Lee, is it a back four for Tottenham? And what will this mean, these changes in this second half? Well,
they certainly lined up at kick-off with Doherty pushed on, but I'm pretty sure he'll go back to a four. And Liverpool are in here.
An early chance in the second half. Salah. Firmino, he's already got one goal. The angle's very tight. Back to Salah. He's got Thiago inside of him. Salah goes for goal and got underneath it. Early chance, 23 seconds into the second half.
Well, an early chance in the first half that Mane should have scored. And pressure again from Liverpool, and in the end he gets the space. Salah, he just feints the shot first to create the little bit of space. There's the feint and there's the little bend, and it's just over the bar, and that's a big chance for Liverpool to really set a marker down in this second half. He should hit the target and he knows it.
Still the top scorer in the Premier League, and he looks confident judging by that close-up. Tottenham have given it away again. They're handing the initiative to Liverpool at the start of this second half. Lovely turn by Mane away from Doherty, and he tries to bend it in towards that far post, saved by Lloris, and the follow-up is hammered in. Trent Alexander-Arnold has scored. He doubles Liverpool's advantage. Liverpool goals are like London buses. You wait for ages for one to come along, then two come along at exactly the same time. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 2. Alexander-Arnold's first goal since trophy lift night against Chelsea.
Well, the pressure's come right from the kick-off. Two chances come along together, and Alexander-Arnold at the far post. It's not a tap-in, but the shot is in the corner. It's a poor save from Lloris. Mane gets his shot away. He has to die for it, but you have to say, when he gets down there, he just puts it back into the danger area. That's a terrible position for his hands to be in. Shovels it towards Alexander-Arnold, and he buries it in the corner. What a start from Liverpool. Jose Mourinho absolutely furious with his back four.
Jurgen Klopp has rediscovered the art of celebrating a Liverpool goal. Tottenham's substitutions and change of shape has been exposed very early in this second half, and Jose Mourinho, Lee, from a defensive aspect, you mentioned the Lloris contribution towards the Alexander-Arnold goal, but we were talking at length, weren't we, at half-time, the mix-up between Lloris and Dyer for the opening goal just before the break.
Yeah, Aurier was in a terrible position to allow the run from Mane. but when the cross comes in, Dyer's just got to go and clear it. He's first there, and he allows Firmino to put the ball in the net because he doesn't attack the ball. His goalkeeper's there, yes, but you just clear everything out over your bar and talk about it later.
Well, Tottenham need to respond here. Wine, chance here for Højbjerg. Oh, what a strike! What a strike! Pierre-Emile Højbjerg for Tottenham Hotspur has got them back into the game. He's gone 57 Premier League games without a goal, and he scores in front of the South Stand here.
Well, watch this. He sets himself, he takes his time, and he rifles it. This is a player setting himself for a strike. He cuts across it slightly. That's got the spin. Left to right, takes it away from Alisson. He's trying to get a glimpse of it. Just look how he cuts across the ball. He's absolutely brilliant. The little bit of a wetness on the ball helps. And that is a strike and a half, and we've got a game on our hands.
What a start to this second half, and Tottenham's goal has come from the most unlikely source. Jose Mourinho praising Højbjerg for his simplicity in the build-up to this game. Well, that was absolutely spectacular.
Well, it's pretty simple. Just put his foot through the ball, it went in the back of the net.
True.
That's just what the game needed, to be fair. A quick goal from Liverpool. Can we see a reaction from Tottenham, and bang, go down the other end?
Well, Nat Phillips has got a yellow card already for that challenge on Bergwijn. Just when Liverpool thought they might be able to just relax a little bit, they got 2 goals, they've broken their scoring drought, and now they've got a young centre-back on at half-time on a yellow card, and they only lead by 2 goals to 1.
Just watch him cut across the ball here. Absolute perfection.
Son. Højbjerg. To be honestly, they were getting blown away at the start of the second half, weren't they? And that is absolutely crucial to immediately strike back.
Well, it is the pressure that Liverpool were putting on. They got the 2-0. And it wasn't anything, they didn't change anything. They just got a little bit deep. Everybody got behind the ball and said, you know what, we've got safety in numbers, but they left someone on the edge of the box, and that's someone you'd think, oh, it's okay, he's not going to rifle one in the top corner. Well, he just missed the top corner. And it went right in the side netting. It was an absolutely brilliant strike.
It was almost a brilliant ball by Robertson, and in the end it's Dyer who just takes the ball off the toes of Mohamed Salah. It's not a corner, it's offside. The flag went up a little late on the far side. Remember, the winner tonight goes to 4th place. Helped on by Doherty. Little nudge in the back by Mane. On Winks. Oh, lovely ball by Salah. Here's Firmino. Works it to Mane. Solid tackle, though. Once again by Rodon.
That was good from Rodon. He had to be tight because there was runners beyond the ball. He knew if he gave a little bit of space, the ball would get past. There's a head clash.
Yeah, he tried to take control of that situation, didn't he, Lee?
Yeah.
And he's come off second best in the challenge. Well, Thiago's down as well. If that might have been Ndombele's header to win. Let's have a look.
Like he caught Ndombele. Oh yeah, on the side of the head. Concussion protocols will be going on.
Yep. He's a defender who his Wales teammate Gareth Bale says is going to do amazing things. $15 million he cost on deadline day from Swansea City.
I saw him playing for Wales against England at Wembley, and he stood out. I mean, Wales lost the game, but it was a good performance from him. And that's a terrible save from Lloris. Probably just bounced in front of him. I'm not a goalkeeper, so it's not my expertise, but no goalkeeper's getting near this one, by the way. See how he cuts across the ball, little 5-iron into the wind. Just punts it forward. Liverpool had about 10 men behind the ball there, but it's no good if you don't close the ball down. That's exactly what this game needed. It's on a knife edge again.
It is. He is Mourinho's general out there, isn't he? And we saw them come out of the tunnel together, deep in conversation. Mourinho's on-field leader, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, not signed for his goals, it's fair to say, but that was a moment of genius.
Yeah, he has to be one of the signings of the season, there's no doubt about that.
Only cost $25 million as well.
£15 million or whatever it was. It's, you know, for the effect he's had on Tottenham in that position, he's made it his own. He's, as you said, he gets picked every week, he doesn't get substituted normally, and now he's adding with goals.
Well, Roden has been passed okay to continue. The rain is teeming down here in North London. Just adds to the drama a little bit out there. Højbjerg. Doherty inching forward on the right touchline. Winks. Scored against Wickham in the FA Cup earlier this week. Tottenham, I think, are used to playing 2 games in the midweek days. They played Monday, they're playing tonight, they're playing next Thursday and Saturday. Thursday here against Chelsea. Here's Ndombele, and Lamela, rare appearance for him this season. He felt he was fouled by Mane. Martin Atkinson disagrees. Here's Ndombele. Liverpool sitting a little deep now. I think they've been slightly rocked by that riposte from Højbjerg.
Thiago's coming back on with a bandage.
Højbjerg swings a delightful ball out to the left flank. Bergwijn leaves it. Cleared by Henderson. Thiago. Space on the left here for Sadio Mane. And they've got runners at the far post. Mane. Chance here. Salah. Oh, what a finish. Sensational football from the champions. And they re-establish a 2-goal lead here. Rocked back by Højbjerg's goal. But what a counter-attack that was. And Mo Salah ends his 5-game scoreless run. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3.
Well, the strike is exquisite, but you don't get the strike if you don't get the touch. The ball is absolutely fizzed in. A little bit of a handball there. Thiago takes over, and the pass out to Mane. And look at Salah, he's just getting to that position. Watch this touch, bang, out of his feet. Gets a slight deflection, I think it is, off Winks into the corner, but it's the power. Lloris gets his fingers on it, he's not stopping that. And I think there's a VAR going on, might be the handball that they're looking at.
OK, so the VAR are looking for a possible handball in the build-up.
Well, there's no doubt it hits his hand, but there's a 1, 2, maybe 3 passes after that.
Now, last season that would have been automatically ruled out.
Yeah, I think now it's got to be a little bit, it's immediate, isn't it? So
here we go.
Well, there's no doubt it hits his hand, is it?
Or his arm.
His arm, yeah. I think that's...
Below the T-shirt line.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do that on purpose, though. That's a natural movement. He's fighting off Dyer behind him, so the referee will look at that. The VAR look at that, and they're going to disallow it.
It's been called off second time tonight. We've had a goal chalked off. It was Son for offside earlier.
He's going to have a look at it.
Oh, excuse me. He's going to have a look. Yeah, so the VAR have thrown it back to Martin Atkinson and said, you want to take a look at this? John Moss has said,
Well,
Over to you, Martin.
John Moss has passed the buck and just gone, have a look at that. It's definitely hit his hand.
Whichever way Martin Atkinson goes here, it is good that he will make at least the final decision.
Absolutely, it should be the referee's decision in my book.
He's on the far side as we look at it. He's seen, well, I thought he'd seen enough. He's going to take one more look, and that's what he's looking at. That's his view. Crucial moments of the game, and he's going to disallow the goal for handball. So Salah has his goal chalked off, and we've still got a game on here, approaching the hour mark. And here come Tottenham. Boyd. By that goal being chalked off. Bergwijn. It's a good header by Henderson, and there were two attackers coming in right behind him as well. Hotspur. And again, here's Doherty. Lamela. And Domblade made a super run. Here's Bergwijn. He's aiming for Son at the near post, and then when he got the ball back, it was handball by Steven Bergwijn.
A little bit disappointing with Bergwijn there. He's in a great position. It's a good ball out to him from Lamela. And what he's ducking his head for there. He's in control of the ball. His end products, we just need a little bit more from him in that position.
I find the whole psychology of VAR very interesting for players, Lee, because Tottenham thought they had the lead earlier with Heung-min Son millimetres offside, and then Liverpool think they've gone 3-1 up. Doesn't appear to be anything wrong with it until they go back and the VAR chalks the goal off, and it's a huge boost for Tottenham in that situation. Challenged by Rodon on Mane, who's clutching his right shin.
Interesting to know how far they go back again, from a referee's point of view, how far the handball goes back. You know, if he's in his own half, a little bit further back, it takes a little bit longer to get to the goal, but it still goes in. Would he have disallowed it then? Only the referee will know that.
Liverpool ball. Neat play by Firmino, tight to the byline. So too by Milner to find Wijnaldum. He shoots looking for the near post, just drags it wide.
It's not great defending from Tottenham. It's a throw in, and you're allowed to throw the ball to the centre forward's feet in the box. That can't be right, and in the end they work it well, Liverpool. But it all came from a throw in. You've got to mark up, you've got to stop the ball going into men's feet in the box.
Wasn't a good ball by Dyer. He put Doherty under massive pressure there. Now Mane, who has fouled Hotspur.
I like Hotspur a lot. I think he's a really good player. Does go to ground quite easily, though. That's one of his things. It's been playing on my mind for a while, and just seeing that again there, I'm like, come on. I mean, I'm not on the end of that little kick on his shin. I don't know how much it hurt, but surely not that much.
He was just having a little chat there with Sadio Mane, insisting that he was fouled.
I think Jurgen Klopp's just had a little word with him as well. Having a little chat with Hotspur.
Well, what Jurgen Klopp will be happy about, I'm sure, is that because the front three weren't scoring, Liverpool need goals from elsewhere, and he's got one from his right back tonight, Alexander-Arnold. The midfielders and the defenders, particularly the wide men, haven't been chipping in. Virgil van Dijk, they miss his presence from set pieces. And once the front three went a little dry, Liverpool weren't scoring.
It's not too bad, is it, if you've got 3 goal scorers in your team? You know, most teams have a centre forward and somebody else maybe chipping in from midfield, a couple more players with 8 to 10 goals, but they've got 3 phenomenal players. Obviously Firmino doesn't get as many as the other 2, but as a strike force, the 3 of them are pretty decent. And if you add Jota, I think they've missed him because it just allows them to leave one of them out on the bench, and when you're coming off the bench being one of the big 3, can have a big impact on the game.
Yeah, they've been together performing for quite a while now. And Firmino lofts the ball into the path of Mohamed Salah, turns away from Winks. Winks does well to get a challenge in. Was that a foul though? Martin Atkinson has allowed the advantage to be played into the side netting from Firmino.
Well, he was on his own, he might say. I didn't have any options, but it's very difficult to score from that angle. And there was a little bit of a foul here from Winks, but the referee played on. You look at the angle, he looks in the middle to see who he can pass to. And there was only Mane and he was too far away.
Dyer sends it long, needs a flick by Son. Bergwijn looking to pick up the scraps here, but Robertson got there just ahead of him. A little nudge in the back by Doherty on James Milner, who waited for the contact.
I wish I could have heard what Jose Mourinho said to his right back then. I can imagine the words.
Do we really, though?
Well, I can imagine them. Can't say them right now.
Cross comes in towards Mane. It has to be dealt with. Isaac scores! It is 3-1. Sadio Mane had a hat-trick of chances in the first half. Set up Firmino's goal on the stroke of half-time. Joe Rodon got himself into an awful mess at the back post. It's not been their best night defensively, Tottenham. And they do have a 3-1 lead here, Liverpool, who at the moment are going back to fourth.
Well, this is what happens when you're an inexperienced defender at this level. You just make a slight mistake like that, and it's a concentration thing. As the ball's coming in, he's got to know Mane's behind him. Clear your lines. He doesn't quite know what to do with it. And all he does is put it on a plate for Mane. And it's unfortunate because he's played well, the young centre-back. And he'll have to learn by that. And to be fair to Jose Mourinho, he didn't start shouting at his young defender, and he knows he's made a mistake, and Lloris does too. And Liverpool back with a 2-goal lead.
Such relief for Sadio Mane, who saw his very early chance go wide of the post. He drew a couple of saves out of Hugo Lloris, then provided that wonderful assist for Firmino. But without a goal in 4 Premier League games, that runs at an end for Sadio Mane.
See, the process of that, Arlo, is when the ball hit into him, Rodon's got a thought process to go through. It's where is Mane, how fast the ball's coming in, the angle of the ball coming into you, do I have a chance to bring it down, is the best option to clear my lines, where is Mane now because he's probably moved. All of that's going on in his head, and you've got to make a snap decision.
What a turn by Ndombele. Here come Tottenham again. Spun away from Thiago beautifully. Helps on its way first time by Milner. It's his 550th Premier League appearance. He's been playing Premier League for almost as long as Tom Brady's been playing in the NFL.
Tom who?
I know you're more of a Mahomes guy these days.
Oh, standoff's coming in a couple of weeks, isn't it? Hey, I'll take Mahomes, you take Brady, okay?
Okay, deal.
For a cheese sandwich.
Well, there was talk that he wanted to wear number 7 for the Bucks. For Liverpool, that's James Milner as well. Number 7 because he was going for a 7th Super Bowl, which he, of course, has achieved. Well, no, he hasn't. He's going for it, though. It's his 10th Super Bowl, all told. Here comes Tottenham again, left-hand side. Bergwijn runs out of room.
So it's his 10th Super Bowl and he's won 6.
He's won 6 so far, yes.
So if he loses to Mahomes, he'll have played 10 and won 6. So it's nearly 50. He's not that great, is it?
Since he started playing, he's played in 48% of the Super Bowls available.
Oh, okay.
Here is Milner, who made his debut in the Premier League for Leeds United, aged 16.
Just going back to that 1 second, I think Mahomes is an Arsenal fan, so I think we'll just leave it there, okay? So
that's why you switch from the Raiders.
Can't say that on air.
Alisson clears it, flicked on by Salah. Well, Liverpool's run of form was almost inexplicable. And now Jose Mourinho has to contemplate life outside of the top 4.
Well, you look at the league table from a Liverpool's point of view, defending their title, it was a must-win game. I mean, they've not won it yet. Let's get it right. But, you know, you look at where Man City are, the pressure at the top of the table. If Liverpool were to lose tonight, then you can almost say that hill to climb would have been too much. But it's been a very positive performance from them tonight. Created chances.
If they were to lose tonight, Liverpool, it would be 7 points, having played a game more than Manchester City.
Yeah. And City don't look like they're going to slip up for a while anyway.
Well, the two of them meet in a few weeks' time. What an occasion that'll be. Great anticipation from Jordan Henderson. Liverpool won their opening 3 Premier League games of the season. Then came that remarkable 7-2 defeat at Aston Villa. Then there was a 12-game unbeaten run, but the warning signs were there against West Brom. 1-1 home draw, and then 0-0 at Newcastle. Then there was a 1-0 defeat at Southampton. No wins in 5 games. Beaten 1-0 at home to Burnley. The run of 68 home unbeaten games in the Premier League ended. Here's Firmino. Thiago. And he slices it.
Well, maybe it's because he's had a bang on the head, but I talked about how he kicks the ball different than anyone else and got this one a little bit wrong. Hotspur showing him how to do that about 20 minutes ago.
Before the game, Liverpool were 21 points worse off than last season, but they did start last season with 18 wins and a draw. Good challenge by Milner. And there's still time for Tottenham to get back into this. 20 minutes remaining. Sadio Mane, though, for Liverpool. Robertson offering his services. Mane gets himself into a tangle, and that was a foul. On Hotspur, free kick.
Just look at the front three for Tottenham, all on the same line, and I think that's where they miss Harry Kane coming into that deep role. The 3 of them were all pressed against the Liverpool back 4, so there's only one ball, that was over the top. It does make a difference when Kane comes short, just gives the defenders a decision to make.
What I do find very interesting, Lee, is that Gareth Bale, who we saw a close-up of a few minutes ago, he's only started 1 Premier League game and come on as a substitute 3 times. Jose Mourinho talking about his need to be consistent without problems in training. He can't give minutes away. They have to be earned. And it's fair to say at the moment, a lot of excitement about his return on loan from Real Madrid to his former club Tottenham. But he's not getting a look in, is he? He's not affecting their season in any way.
No, it's almost like he's not here anymore, isn't it? You just see him wandering up and down the touchline, and that's about it.
It's a lot of money to come on against Marine in the FA Cup, isn't it? In terms of wages, here's Hotspur.
Well, that's an important thing to say. You know, when managers come out and say that, we don't see the players Monday to Friday. We're just using a Monday to Friday as a training thing. It's different now with all the games, but you know that he sees him every minute of every session. So if he's not quite there in training, you're not going to be there on a Saturday in the game.
Harry Winks just overhits that, looking for Bergwijn.
I remember people used to say to me, oh, why is so-and-so not playing this week? He played well last week or the week before. And I say, have you seen him in training this week? He's absolutely, you know, he's so tired, he's not ready for a game, and yet the fans and supporters don't see that. And I think Lloris, when he looks back at that save he made from Mane and just shoveled it towards Alexander-Arnold, and also the mistake by Rodon. Defensively tonight, Tottenham haven't been at the game. They've given mistakes away. Aurier's gone off. I didn't know if he had an injury at half-time, but he made 3 mistakes, and Mane had 3 chances in that first half. So Jose won't be happy with their performance at the back tonight.
Doherty. Henderson has coped excellently at the back for Liverpool. 3rd straight Premier League start at centre-back for the Liverpool captain. Now Milner. Here's some space for Firmino, closed down by Ndombele. Works it on to Thiago. Now Salah, still looking for that goal. Played it through the legs of Bergwijn. Couldn't find a teammate. Here's Wijnaldum. Robertson leaves it for Mane. Nat Phillips gave Alisson a little bit of work to do, but here's Henderson again. Phillips left Bolton Wanderers in 2016, a former Premier League club, due to their financial difficulties. He was offered a scholarship at the University of North Carolina. Instead, he joined Liverpool after a trial. And here he is. Curtis Jones will come into the game for Liverpool as we enter the final 15 minutes.
They need a goal quickly, Tottenham, just to get the impetus back. Liverpool taking control of the ball. The energy levels from Tottenham's point of view just dipping a little bit because they can't get hold of the ball. So a quick goal would just solve that. Space here for Salah. Closed down by Davis. Good challenge by Davis in the end. Alexander-Arnold. If there's ever a man on the pitch you want when you're 3-1 up to give the ball to, it's the man in the orange boots, because he never gives the ball away. Watch, he'll give it away now.
There's a good example there, Lee, of your point. Thiago just gliding through the midfield, finds Robertson. Lovely little layup by Mane. It was a late challenge on Robertson, who's just a little slow back to his feet. Curtis Jones on the touchline. Alexander-Arnold, that's a beautiful ball. Curled into the path of Mohamed Salah. Can he get a shot away? It's Eric Dyer with the defending.
He did well in the end, Dyer, because he gets away. Salah just on the inside of Davis. Caught a little bit too tight, the full-back. But Dyer's doing his job. That's what you're supposed to do. Left side is centre-back, cover your left-back.
Thiago's work is done. He's been under the spotlight a little bit, Trent Alexander-Arnold, recently, Lee. And as a former right-back yourself, a lot of it is expected of him, obviously defensively, but also coming forward. And he's affected the game coming forward tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He looks like he's enjoyed himself tonight. Slightly different position. Doesn't quite get forward as much. And I think, as I said before, the balance of the team changes when the midfield is set and the centre-backs are set, the full-backs playing a certain way, and sometimes just changes a little bit when that balance changes. But he'll certainly be happy with his goal. He's been involved in quite a lot of long balls as well. His passing has been pretty good. And Bale looks like he's
speak of the devil,
put his golf club down and he's going to get a run out.
Number 9 on his back, Gareth Bale. His one start was at West Brom. It lasted 78 minutes. He has scored a Premier League goal. That was the winner against Brighton. Here, having come off the bench, he's only appeared in one of the last 10 Premier League games. So this is an all too rare occurrence. Son lays it off for Lamela. Milner. All action as per usual. Lamela. Couldn't find Son. Henderson steps in front of that. There goes Davis. And Ndombele looking to curl the ball with the outside of his boot into the path of Son, but overhit it.
Well, Lamela's just not got in the game in this second half. He came on at half-time. I can't remember you saying his name, Arlo.
I wonder if he might be the one to come off, Lee.
Oh, no, the sub to be subbed.
The sub to be subbed.
Can't be, can it?
And I suppose Bergwijn could be given a breather with lots of games to come over on that left-hand side, couldn't he?
Yeah.
All given away by Liverpool. Højbjerg crosses it, but too high for Son. Uncharacteristic. Was it Wijnaldum who gave the ball away? Yeah. Still no news on the new contract for Georginio Wijnaldum. As the days tick by, it seems increasingly likely that he will be walking away from Liverpool at the end of the season, and he'll be a huge miss in that midfield. There are reports that he was made another offer in December. Hasn't commented on it since. Offside flag is up against Sadio Mane. Right, Gareth Bale's going to come on.
Substitution for Spurs, replacing number 23.
And it is Bergwijn who goes off on the far side.
Gareth Bale.
So Gareth Bale, who scored a couple of goals in a Champions League final for Real Madrid against Liverpool, came on as a sub on that occasion as well. Tottenham need 2 goals here to square things up late on against the champions. And Ndombele. So Ndombele will go, barring injury, 90 minutes for the second straight game. First time he's managed that in these 2 games all season. Starting to see a real player emerge in Tanguy Ndombele. Jose Mourinho full of praise for his improvement this season. That's a tidy ball by Henderson to Firmino. Still has a further year left on his contract at Real Madrid after this season.
I've got my eye on him now. I'm just watching him off the ball, seeing what runs he's made. He'd made a couple of half-hearted runs, not full-on. Just waiting for him to explode into this game.
Doherty. Nat Phillips read that pretty well. He had Son sprinting in behind him. Well, Jurgen Klopp says that he can't 100% say that they won't be signing a centre-back before the transfer deadline on Monday, but he said it's unlikely. And with Lovren no longer at the club, Van Dijk out for the long term, Gomez out for a while yet, Martip just doesn't seem to be able to get a run of games together, taken off at half-time again here today. Fabinho, who's been filling in, failed a late fitness test. He's got a slight muscle problem. It's a real problem area, isn't it, for Liverpool?
It is. I mean, Henderson can go in there and he's done a great job tonight. As I said to you before, he's a good thinker, he reads the game well, he's determined, he's hungry. He will do any job that Jurgen Klopp asks of him. And he could probably play there for the rest of the season. But on the other side of it, if you can't get a partner because there's injuries left, right and centre, it's not ideal changing.
Well, here's Lamela into the penalty area. That was well watched by Phillips. Then finds Salah. Now Curtis Jones. And Salah sprinting ahead of him on his inside. Mane's away on the left-hand side. Salah pointing to where he wants the ball and he gets it. Mane could be unmarked here at the back post. Dye the defender. Salah tried the back heel towards Curtis Jones and it breaks down.
They looked a tired bunch. Tottenham then chasing that break from Liverpool. And in the end it was Dye. I'm not sure he knew an awful lot about the back heel, but nearly paid off. To be fair, he did stick his leg out. It's a big win, this is. If it stays like this for Liverpool, puts a real marker down. They can build off this. We're there on Sunday, aren't we? West Ham, Liverpool.
We are. Preceded on Saturday with a visit to the Emirates. A header clear just outside the penalty area by Alisson. So we've got Arsenal, Manchester United on Saturday.
I think you'll find it's called the home of football.
Right. Divock Origi will come on for Liverpool. Scored in the Champions League final, didn't he? That 2-0 victory in Madrid. That was the last time he scored a goal as a substitute.
Have you done your stickers for those two games yet? Saturday, Sunday. When do you do them? Tomorrow?
Not even started, Lee.
No.
Don't call me tomorrow.
Have you ever
Bale
used
with his
one of
first
those
memorable touch, really. Sorry.
Have you ever used one of those stickers? You just have them in front of you. I've never seen you read one yet.
Well, not in a game like this. It's been end-to-end stuff, hasn't it? You prepare for games as if they're going to be the worst 0-0 you've ever seen. And this has been end-to-end stuff from start to finish.
Yeah, it's been a great game, hasn't it?
Doherty. Still time for Tottenham to make it interesting. It'll be very special for them to get something from this position, and they won't with a ball like that from Gareth Bale. Here comes Origi.
Substitution for Liverpool, replacing number 9, Roberto Firmino. Number 27, Divock Origi.
Well, he's come in for a little bit of criticism recently, Lee, but how would you assess Roberto Firmino's performance? Of course, broke that long goal drought for him and for Liverpool just before the break.
Yeah, strikers are always judged by goals, but he's a special player, I think. He's one of those centre-forwards that isn't necessarily judged by goals because he brings so much to a team. He links those three up brilliantly well, forms the triangles on the edge of the box that you can bounce the ball off, and I think if you ask the players around him, they prefer it when he plays because he brings so much to the team. And now, you know, if he can start scoring again, that would be icing on the cake. So a good performance from him tonight.
Well, stay tuned with Rebecca, with Robbie Earle and Tim Howe. We've got a 60-minute goal zone for you after the game here. Saturday morning on air at 7 Eastern, NBCSN ahead of Everton, Newcastle, and then Manchester City, Sheffield United. Then As I mentioned, Arsenal, Manchester United on NBC. Lee and I there for that one at 12:30 Eastern. Another busy weekend and another busy midweek next week as well. The game's coming thick and fast in the Premier League.
Wouldn't it be just quicker to say when the studio isn't on air as opposed to when it is on air?
That's a very good point.
I mean, those guys, take my hat off to them.
They're working very hard in front and behind the camera.
Guys
Stateside.
and girls, sorry.
Goal kick. Well, his first Premier League start of the season. Origi against Burnley. Lovely strike by Alexander-Arnold. First goal since he curled in a lovely free kick against Chelsea in July.
Wow, that is a stat. That was his last goal, July. Was that on your sticker? Was that on your sticker?
That's on the sticker. And if it's on the sticker, Lee...
Frustration, I think, from Jose tonight. I think the game plan at the start was set, hit them on the break, but they haven't done enough, Tottenham, and defensively have been poor tonight.
Bale running here at Robertson. It'll be 2 wins in 8 in the Premier League for Tottenham Hotspur. And their attentions, you feel, might be turned towards attempting to secure top 4. Hold on a minute. Son goes to ground. There was a heavy challenge by Phillips. Aerial challenge. And Martin Atkinson way play on.
Yeah, Phillips is going and heading the ball. Son got in the way, it's not a foul.
But they have Everton in the FA Cup 5th round. They have Manchester City in the League Cup final on April the 25th. Tottenham in the knockout stages of the Europa League against Wolfsberger as well. The Lexus stoppage time is 5 minutes. Defeat here will leave them 4 points behind Liverpool for the places in the top 4. How about West Ham United, by the way, in 5th under David Moyes?
What a game that is on Sunday, by the way. They're flying, and now Liverpool are back on a roll. It's going to be a great game. We just need to take our binoculars with us because we're so far back from the pitch.
The commentary position in a different zip code to the pitch at the London Stadium.
For the first time, people at home have got a better view than we have.
Here's Hojbjerg, whose spectacular goal gave Tottenham hope. Wijnaldum, is there a 4th in this for Liverpool? Skips by Davis, now winks across to try and rob him of possession, and Tottenham do well. But it's Brighton away at the weekend for Spurs. Then Chelsea here next Thursday. I'll be here for that. West Brom 2 days later, and then Manchester City away. Gareth Bale has run into an offside position. There's Hojbjerg. Son. Here's Lamella. Hojbjerg. third season in a row that Liverpool have done the double over Tottenham. 6 wins in a row in the Premier League. Here's Ndombele. Gives it away to Milner. And Milner pokes the ball towards Salah, just overhits that, and he was challenged late, James Milner, and has come off second best here. And Ndombele just desperately trying to win the ball back. Don't think Jose can have too many complaints tonight. He said at the end of the game 43 days ago, immediately said we were the better side lost, was his phrase, wasn't it? Can't really have too many complaints tonight, can he, Lee?
Well, the better side has won tonight. No, I don't think so. I think just on the defensive performance of Tottenham, it's been poor. Liverpool have made them pay. Obviously losing Harry Kane for the second half hasn't helped.
Look at that from Wijnaldum. Okay, the pass was a little bit short, but the way he just holds on to possession when Liverpool need it to close out a game.
And he's playing the mind games before, setting up as a back four and then went with a 5. They've ended up as a 4, but it didn't really work. Obviously the start was good, but once Liverpool got back into the game, it was they created more chances and they've been more clinical. I remember Tottenham creating too much trouble for Alisson in this second half.
Final minute of stoppage time here. Here's Hotspur. Now Bale. Oh, Son could burst into the penalty area here. It was an excellent challenge by Phillips. And then the foul by Gareth Bale, and that should just about do it. That's it. Liverpool score their first Premier League goals and secure their first win of 2021. Respect between the two managers, and a 483-minute goal drought ends with a triple salvo at Spurs. And this is how the table looks at the end of this round of matches. Manchester City lead the way, 41 points, but Liverpool close the gap to 4 points and climb into the top 4 with victory here tonight, into double figures with victories on the season. They go to West Ham next. And Tottenham, all of a sudden, remember they led the Premier League in mid-December. They're now 4 points outside the top 4. Goals from Firmino, from Alex Alexander-Arnold, and from Sadio Mane. Hotspur with a spectacular effort to get Tottenham back in at a 2-1. But relief for Jurgen Klopp. Mourinho's team well beaten tonight. Rebecca, as the heavens open here in North London, the final score at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium: Spurs 1, Liverpool 3.
Arlo and Lee, thank you very much. We'll be back with the chat soon. Plenty of questions, of course, swirling around the champions in the last couple of weeks. Perfect answer from Jurgen Klopp's men.